What's up, y'all? This is MGTV Reactions, and today we're going to be discussing Olivia. Okay, you guys? So listen, I just wanted to come on here really quickly tonight because I know that I have not been as consistent on my YouTube channel as I was before. And you guys, listen, I have just been doing the most with my kids, with my family. Everybody's having events, cookouts, the kids got their games, I'm working, and life would just be life. And so I just have not been able to find the time to get into everything that's been happening on YouTube. All right, you guys. So I wanted to come in and check in with you guys and just have a quick discussion. All right. I don't want to be here too long, but I do want to discuss something that I've seen on Instagram that Olivia posted. Okay, so we're going to talk about that. But before I do that, I'm going to ask you guys to please thumbs up the live when you come in. Comment your thoughts down in the chat because y'all know I want to hear what y'all got to say, okay? And also hit the subscribe button too if you have not done so already. All right, I hope all of you have been doing well, okay? Hey, Alice. You said, I think she's going to be back in Texas soon. I think she's just on vacation. Okay. All right. Well, we're about to get into it because I seen this reel that she, damn, my fan died. Oh, no, it didn't. Okay. So I seen this reel that she did, that she put up on not YouTube, Instagram. And I'm confused. The last time I got on here, she was posting, pictures of her and Gerard, trying to prove her point about the fact that she slept with that man. Okay. So now she posted this on Instagram. It said it was posted June 29th, so I guess I'm just late, okay? But listen, it's saying, that let me just pull up the first slide. Fuck it. We're about to just hop right in. So Olivia is playing the victim again. And let me look at it on my phone too. So I'm not gonna be able to look at the chat while I'm looking at my phone because I want to read it out loud and I can't see that well to be reading it off my screen. Okay. So here we go. First slide of the reel says he got a lawyer and devised to take my babies from me as I struggled to take care of them all on my own without receiving a dime from him. I'm confused. I thought Gerard was paying child support. Wasn't he paying like $700 a month in child support? Wasn't he paying child support for both Texas and Florida? I could have swore I heard that out here on his YouTube streets. So I'm a little confused about that. And then we're going to go to the next one, number 2. She says he lied and accused me of drug use and neglect and sexual abuse. I took multiple drug tests that came back negative and there was never any signs of abuse or neglect. They didn't prove anything. But just because of the fact that I had no one representing me, a lawyer, the court system was able to break laws and take my children from me for no reason at all. So you guys, listen, I was a little confused by that. I'm just a little confused. What is the purpose of her even putting this out there? I'm not understanding. Now she's the victim. Okay. All right. I get it. So she's just constantly going back and forth between being the villain and the victim. Now, here's the thing. She's saying that Gerard accused her of drug use and neglect. I mean, the people seeing the neglect was clear on YouTube. Everybody saw it. Olivia was more interested in laying on her back for a man, okay, than actually caring for her children. Okay. Olivia was being the parent that is alienating the children from the father. That's what she was doing. He was not able to talk to them on the tablet that he purchased. Okay. She would not let him talk to them on her phone. All right. She would not let him get the kids because she did not want them around Antonisha. That was what Olivia was doing. Now she's the victim. This is crazy. This is insane. All right. But here's my thing. She said just because of the fact that she didn't have anybody representing her, the court system was able to break laws and take the children. So, what she was proudly saying all that time, she didn't need to get a lawyer because she's the mother. I bet you she wish she put that $400 up now. What, girl? I mean, I just don't get it. Like, why is she trying to go viral telling her story? Is that the purpose of this? It makes no sense to me. Let me go ahead and see what y'all saying. Alice said, yes, she said that $700 wasn't enough, so she refused it. Oh, wow. Jennifer Wilson says he was absolutely paying $700, and she was upset because she wanted $1K. Oh, my goodness. But she don't want to pay nothing. That's a shame. That's a shame. It's a lot. She was upset about $700, whereas women out here that's getting absolutely nothing, or they get the bare minimum. Like I've heard of a situation where the father was only obligated to pay $125 monthly for 4 children. And she was complaining about $700. It's just absurd. It's a shame. But it just kills me how she's playing a victim. Like, okay, he accused her of drug use, but she also got on here and said she was snorting coke. Okay. So she gave them the ability to use that. What? And now she's the victim. It is crazy. Oh my gosh. And she had the money to go get new tattoos, lip injections. She's paying for her, what is it, GLP-1 or whatever the weight loss shot is. She's paying for that. She has the money for that. Okay. She had all the money to do everything else she wanted to do. She had the money for the drugs too and the liquor, but she could not get $400 up. And she claims that she comes from a family that has generational wealth. I don't understand why Olivia thinks that this is like, how can anybody look at her as a victim? You played yourself. I'm confused. Like, I'm lost. Oh, gosh. Teresa said, oh, wow, did she just post this? No, this was actually posted on her Instagram June 29th. I figured other people probably talked about it already. I'm just late with it. I'm just confused. Like, this is crazy. Yes, y'all, please hit the like button. Jennifer Wilson said, and for a while, Gerard was paying double in Texas and in Florida. Yes, I said that. I heard that too. So the bottom line is, we all know what it is. Olivia was definitely playing a game with Gerard when she had custody of the kids. It's just the simple fact that, now that the shoe is on the other foot, Gerard is now in a position of power. She does not like it because there is absolutely no way that she can play with him in regards to the kids. In fact, she's trying to make it seem like he's playing with her. But I don't believe that he is. I don't believe that he is, y'all. I just don't. Teresa says, lawyer or not, Liv, they are just not going to take your kids from you if you're taking care of them the right way. Exactly. I agree with that as well. Now, I've been through a custody situation myself, okay? And it's very, very hard for the courts to just take the children out of the mother's care. They have to have a reason to do so, okay? It has to be a very good reason. So I don't believe it was just for the simple fact that Olivia did not have a lawyer. That had nothing to do with it. I mean, it would have been better if she had someone representing her, okay? But I don't think that was the bulk of it. Olivia played herself because she put a whole bunch of bullshit on the internet. She showed the internet how she was bringing different men around her children. That, she talked about how she was doing drugs out on a trip, a girl's trip, or whatever the case may be. She was on here drinking and carrying on with Zolo and acting as if she was giving him a BJ on camera. She played herself. And I'm quite sure all of that was able to be used against her in court. Okay. Now let's go ahead to slide 3. Let me go ahead to slide 3. And I got to pull it up on my phone real quick so that I can read it to you guys. So she said, I traveled as much as I could to see my babies. I never gave up on getting them back. Okay, girl. Let me go to 4. I don't think that's the case either. She said, I started to gain my strength back. I was still fighting in court just to get equal time with my kids. My ex would not agree to it. He wouldn't agree to it. I think that's funny because she definitely showed us the text message where he offered her extra time with the kids and she said she wanted that D instead. But let's continue. Let's go ahead to slide 5. Okay. She said it was very confusing to heart and mind. My mind hated him for what he had done to my kids and I, but my heart was starting to feel something for him again. How is that possible? If she truly was a victim, all right, and Gerard truly just snatched her kids from her with no reason, how could she possibly begin to have feelings for the same man who snatched her kids from her? Again, makes no sense. So she also said he started to love bomb me again, telling me he loved me, and I felt hopeful, thinking maybe this time he changed and he would let my kids come back to me. Olivia is a trip, y'all. When I tell y'all I was cracking up about this, Olivia did not become hopeful that he was going to give her the children. She became hopeful that he was going to come over there and bend her over. Okay. She became hopeful that he might, leave Nisha and come back to her. That's what the hope was about. It was never about the kids. It was never about the kids. Because if it was, why wasn't Olivia able to upload a screenshot of her having a conversation with Gerard via text about her getting more time with the kids or about her possibly getting 50-50 custody? If that's what that whole affair was about, why couldn't she show us that? Okay. Let me go ahead and look in the chat real fast. Let's see what y'all saying. KW says she's on TikTok as well. Same lies. Okay. Last Lamb says she put it on TikTok also. Okay. Yeah, I figured it probably was on TikTok too, but when I hopped on Instagram, that was like the first thing that I seen. So I was like, okay, well, we're about to talk about this real quick. Teresa said, okay, that's not that long ago. It's new to me. Okay. She made a whole new post this morning on TikTok. Oh, wow. So now I got to head over to TikTok. Lisa Moore said, Liv is a big joke. Yes, she is. Teresa says she is not a victim at all, and I wish her mother or sister would tell her. I don't know what those people are telling her. I mean, I'm quite sure Stella is, feeding into her bull crap, allowing her to believe that she is, in fact, the victim. But that's just not reality. The reality of the situation is when Olivia did have her kids in her custody, she played with Gerard. She was not willing to give Gerard 50-50 custody. She didn't want to do that. Now she wants to have that, but that's not what she wanted to do then. Olivia had the upper hand, and she felt like she had her foot on Gerard's neck. He was paying 2 child supports. Okay? He was paying child support in Texas and in Florida. He was unable to see his children. He was unable to talk to his children. The only way that Gerard was able to get in contact or was able to have a relationship with his children was for him to go through the courts. He was not able to have a successful co-parenting relationship with Olivia, okay, without the courts being involved. That's what he had to do. So that man had to fight in court because she was being, the narcissist in the situation. She did not want to allow him to have a relationship with his children because she knew that he was with Tanisha and she did not want that lady around her kids. And she still had feelings for Gerard. She wanted to hurt Gerard. She had the power at the moment, so she used it, okay? And now the shoe is on the other foot, all right? It ain't no fun when the rabbit got the gun, okay? And now Gerard has the power. And now she wants the people to believe that she is the victim, but she's not the victim because if you really, truly were hurting without your children, you would not have left them again. But we're about to get to that slide. It's another slide. Let's go on to slide 6. Let me click off of here. Where is it at? All right. Oh, wait, no. Let me go back to slide 5 because I missed the bottom part. I didn't read that. My bad, y'all. Okay. So she said, but no, he was lying the whole time. He lied about him being married and so much more. We had an ongoing affair for 5 months. And when I decided I didn't want to sleep with him anymore, he cut me off from my children again. Okay. So that was the rest of slide 5. Now we're going to slide 6. All right. She said, instead, he tried to come back in my life. Me being desperate to get more time with my kids, I agreed to it, only to find out I would have to sleep with him in order to see my babies more. Yo, when I tell you this lady is such a character, it's the simple fact that she's maintaining this whole thing about having to sleep with him to see the children. Olivia she was just bragging about how Nisha was the babysitter. You know, Nisha had the kids while she had Gerard over there in her guts. But all of this was to have the kids more? When did she have them more? I'm confused. Y'all tell me, did Olivia have the kids more during the time that she claimed she was having an affair with Gerard? Because I don't believe she did. This is a mess. KW says, true, I've been through a custody battle years ago. No attorney, and we got joint custody. Okay. You said she thought she could get him back. Right. That's what this is all about. She thought she was going to get the man back. I don't know why she don't just live in her truth. Why not just live in your truth? You thought you was going to get him back. It was never about having more custody of the kids. Where are the text messages that prove that? Where are the text messages that show that that was something that Olivia wanted? Because what? Everything I've seen has been sexual, has nothing to do with the children at all. The only thing that I've seen that had to do with the kids is when he offered her more time with the kids, or he asked her if she would like to have more time with the kids, and she said, no, I want that D instead. Okay. So Olivia is just a trip. Rose Trulio says, Liv has Gerard raising 3 kids now. Raquel raises the other 2 once. Elisa Moore said, the kids are the victims in this big mess she started. Exactly. Exactly, you guys. So let me go ahead and go over to the next slide real quick. So we're going to go to 7. Now, this is when she starts talking about how she had to make this decision to leave. She said, and I had to make the hardest decision to leave and leave them behind with the narcissist parent. I couldn't risk losing myself behind this sick game my ex wanted to play. So my question is, how is Olivia's life? The only thing that has changed in Olivia's life since she moved to Florida, and the only thing that is better is the simple fact that she has a support system, okay? She has babysitters for AJ and Kalani. Outside of that, Olivia's clearly still lost to be making posts like this. She's clearly still very much lost. All right. And I just feel like she could have got herself together in Texas. We've already said that. Olivia left the kids because she was hurt. Okay. And she felt like it was going to hurt Gerard. Okay. If she abandoned the kids again. That's what this was about. In my opinion, that's just what it was. There's no logical reason to leave your children. All right. I'm confused. If he really was such a bad person, such a narcissist, wouldn't you want to be there more? Wouldn't you want to be more present? She didn't even when she was in Texas, the fact that she didn't even pick her kids up on Mother's Day to just simply explain, that she is going to be leaving Texas and why. She didn't even care enough to do that. It's just insane to me. Butterfly Antics said, did she ever want them? I don't think she does. I think the only reason why Olivia wants to have her children is just to have control. Some sort of control over Gerard. Something to hold over his head. A way to find out what's going on in his life. She really don't even want AJ and Kalani. She act like they get on her nerves so much. And when she had her children, for her visits, she spent the majority of her time on the internet, online for hours, screaming in the camera about their dad and his wife. That to me told me right then and there that she really didn't want the kids. Okay, that's just my opinion. Rose Trulio says, I am still on the fence with Gerard. $160 backseat of a car. Is that insane? Yeah, it is insane. I mean, she said he gave her some money. I believe that he gave her something, okay? I believe that he did give her something. If she lowered herself, to have sex in the back of a truck for $160, my question is this: who had the babies while she was in the back of the truck? Because to my knowledge, when she was in Texas, she ain't had no babysitter. So where were they at while she was laid on her back in the truck? Where was the kids? She put them down for a nap? I'm not understanding. What would have been the point? What was the reason for her to have to sleep with him in the truck? I don't think they even did that in the truck, to be honest. Because where was the kids at? KW says she's heartbroken again. Gerard reactivated her obsession. Exactly. She claims she moved to Florida to heal. She's not healing. She's still talking about the same shit. If you want to heal, girl, go to fucking therapy. This right here is not going to help you heal. It's not. Rose Trulio says, I see no improvement. Where is this new open floor plan of an apartment? New beds for Kai and AJ. Right. I don't think she has her own apartment yet. I just don't. She doesn't. Because if she did, she would be doing more on the internet. She has to keep going live in a tight corner. Okay. That's what she's doing. I don't think she has an apartment at all. Butterfly Antics says she can't stand none of her kids. She's sick in the head for real. Exactly. That's what I think too. I think that Olivia really just only wants the kids to be able to have the upper hand, to have some sort of control, to have something to hold over Gerard's head. That's all I believe that it is to me, just simply because it did not seem like she was really enjoying her time with her kids when she had them. She only had them for a couple days at a time, and she was extremely annoyed by them because she wanted to be on the internet instead of actually spending quality time with them. And I just feel bad for the kids at the end of the day. And now she's using them as content on all her social media platforms. Okay, so let's go ahead and get on to slide 8. What is she talking about in slide 8? She says, I'm far away from the narc now, regaining my strength and staying positive for my babies. He changed his number. He's again trying his best to keep my kids out of my life. How? How is he? Because he does not want to answer Olivia's calls on his phone. All right. And he's probably doing that and creating that boundary to please his wife, more than likely. Okay. As he should. All right. He doesn't want to communicate with her over the phone. He does not want her talking to the kids on his phone. She has to do so via the app. How is he trying to keep the kids out of your life when you left the state? Like, what? This lady is dumb as shit. And she also says, but I will stay focused, strong, and build up the best team to get my babies back. My babies will be back with their mommy where they belong, and I'll be strong enough to heal them of all this trauma he put them through. You guys, what team? If Olivia didn't want to put the money up then to maintain custody of her children, who really believes that she's willing to get the money up now to get the kids back? I don't believe that. I don't believe it at all. Okay. Olivia's not going to do anything but continue to get up on this internet and complain, okay, and blame Gerard for all of the things that she was okay with at the time when it was happening. She was perfectly fine with it, all right? But now, because she's salty, because she didn't have it her way, now he's the blame, and she's mad at everybody, and she's the victim. Same shit, different day. So let me go ahead and read y'all comments real quick. Lisa Moore said if she really wanted to see her kids more, she would try to be more active in their school or after school programs or something. I agree with you. I mean, Olivia wasn't a part of anything. She didn't even want to show up to the Christians games. Did she show up to any of wasn't they in dance or something like that? Did she show up to a recital? Wasn't somebody doing gymnastics? She didn't show up for any of that stuff. All because of the simple fact that she's intimidated by Antonisha's presence. All right. She should have put her kids first. That's what she should have did. Okay. If she really wanted to be involved, she would not allow another woman to be there and and show more support for her children than she does. That alone is just pathetic. Okay. Olivia's main focus was never the kids. It was always that man. Lisa Moore says that $160 was for food for the kids to have. Okay. I mean, I heard that too. Whatever. Okay. So she said she laid on her back in the car for $160. So it wasn't even for her. It was to feed the kids. Wow. How crazy is that? It wasn't for her nails. It wasn't for anything she needed. So he couldn't give her money to feed the kids and an extra 160 just for her because she bent over for him. When I tell you, I just wouldn't tell anybody any of this. Teresa says, all the disrespectful things she said about him and his wife, I would change my number too. I agree with you. I think he's doing the right thing by changing his number. Okay. If he wants to keep that lady, he needs to keep his number changed, all right, and stay away from Olivia. KW says she walked away, still having visitation rights. Exactly. So that's my whole thing. She's saying that him changing his number is trying to keep her out of the kids' life. But no, you moving to a whole nother state is what's going to keep you out of the kids' lives. Because you don't have to be able to get in contact with him. All you have to do is show up for your visitation. That's the main thing. And then that way you'll be a part of their lives. Or you can contact them via the app. He's not stopping her from being a part of her kids' lives. He's just stopping her from being a part of his life. And she can't take it. All right. KW said, I wish this girl would seek mental help and get her life together. It's like she is hopeless. Yeah, she's definitely hopeless. I don't have any hope that Olivia will ever get over this situation. Because you know why she's never going to get over it? Because she will never be able to regain the upper hand. At this point, she's not going to get the kids back, okay? Because we all know she's not going to fight to get her kids back because she doesn't really want to get her kids back. She wants the man, okay? It's going to be, this is a losing battle for her. She's never going to win the battle because at the end of the day, Gerard wanted to have fun with her. He's not going to be with her. And that's what she wants. She wants him to be with her. She wants to be a family again. And that's not going to happen. Okay, it's not. KW said, oh wait, no. Lisa Moore said, I'm sorry, I got to go. I can't take this. I'm hurting for the kids. I'm sorry. Last Laugh said, it's hilarious to me how we don't hear about fictitious Joey anymore. Right. KW said, yes, Joey is written out of the storyline. Right. I mean, I just can't. Hey, Baji. And yes, we're talking about the psycho. That's who we're talking about. Okay, we're going to go ahead to, what's this? Oh, wait, I didn't even read the last part. Let me go back to it. Oh, actually, I did. All right, so at the end of this, basically the caption was, my babies and I will have justice in this situation. Keeping kids from their mom is so sick, and my heart breaks every day for them. Mommy's here, and I'll always be here. No, mommy is not there. Mommy left. Mommy abandoned the kids. Why does she keep trying to skip past that? She's acting like the kids were just taken from her again, and she lost all custody completely. She still has visitation rights, but she's not exercising her custodial time. She's not utilizing it because she doesn't want to. She thought that it was more important to move to Florida to be with her other family so she could have more free time for herself. Her kids are not a main concern for her. So I just wish she would stop. Just stop. So look, real quick, just like we was able to see, because I never even deleted these screenshots. Just like we was able to see this, right? What's this? Oh gosh. Okay. Just like she was able to post these screenshots, right? With her and Gerard talking sexually, you know, when he's saying that he needs the creamy. What the fuck does it say? I need something creamy and tight. She showed us messages like that, okay? So where are the messages between her and Gerard where she was having conversations with him about the possibility of getting 50-50 custody with the kids? Why did she never post that? You want to know why she never posted those things? Because that was never a topic of their conversation. That was never a topic of their conversation. She didn't talk to him about that because that's not really what she wants. What she wants is to be a family again. And I just think that it's really pathetic and it's really sad for her to continue to get on here, okay, and trying to make herself appear to be the victim when we all know what happened to lead up to all of this. Okay, we all seen it. Olivia was the narcissistic parent who was trying to alienate the father from the children. That's what she did. She would not even allow the children to talk to him. In fact, when he came to get the kids for one of the visits, didn't she call and say that he was kidnapping the children? She called the police. Anything could have happened. So that's how she acted in that situation. Okay, you guys? But she wants us to believe that she's the victim. Okay, she's trying to get sympathy any which way she can. Now, real quick, something I want to talk about, because last time I was on here, which was like a week ago, there was still some people in my chat, going to war for Gerard and Nisha, saying this affair didn't happen. This affair didn't happen. I have a question. If this did not happen, why are they not doing or saying, and I'm saying they, Gerard and Nisha, this is not just on YouTube. This is on Instagram, TikTok. She's posting this shit everywhere. You would think if this did not happen that he would come out and clear his name. Just like he was able to come on and put up a post to speak about Olivia being an absent parent, and not, what was the post saying? It said something about your spot in your kid's life is earned. Okay? He put up a post about that. But why can't he put up a post to say that she's lying about all of this? This obviously happened. So that's all I wanted to say. It's a simple fact that people were on here really going back and forth saying that this did not happen, where it just makes no sense to me. She's posting this shit everywhere. So, if we're coming across it, I'm quite sure their family and friends and everybody is coming across it as well. And they're not going to come out here and address it. So more than likely this happened. Okay, because I'm quite sure if she was lying, Nisha would have put up something, okay? She would have said something about how this lady is crazy and she's delusional. But I haven't seen or heard anything about any of that. Let me see. Baji says the Web3 is too dark for her. She wanted light-skinned kids. Oh my gosh. Now, I hope she don't think about them like that. I really hope not. But, Olivia does make colorist comments. I don't know how she feels about her children and the color of their skin, but she knew what she was doing when she laid down with a black-ass man. She had to know those kids was going to come out brown. Okay? Baji said, I'm glad you see it. The only reactor who knows. They tired of going back and forth with her. Okay. I mean, but this is something to go back and forth about because this has been going on for months. Okay. Olivia was leading up to this months in advance. Remember, she was coming on here making all sorts of comments about certain things, saying, alluding to the fact that something was going on between her and Gerard. She made it seem like they had a healthy co-parenting relationship and that they were speaking again. Okay. That's how it started. And then as time went on, she just started spiraling more and more out of control. And then she came out here and told everybody about the affair. Not only did she tell everybody about the affair, she came on here and posted pictures, screenshots, all of that nonstop. Now she's making reels and shit on Instagram, and they not coming out here to defend themselves. This obviously must have happened. They're not saying anything because there's nothing to say. There's nothing to say. Nisha's embarrassed. So she's going to be quiet. That's why she didn't want to be shown on the camera when they was at that party, that all-white party or whatever. She did not want Gerard to post her or whatever. She wasn't in the family photo when they went out for Ryan's birthday. All right. She's embarrassed. And she knows what the people are thinking about her. She knows that everybody thinks that she's stupid. I mean, it is what it is. It's nothing for them to say. This obviously happened. That's all I'm saying. KW said, and whether it happened or not, they don't give a damn. Well, shit, if I was Nisha, I would have to give a damn because this is just too much. It's very embarrassing. It's all over the place. Here's the thing. It's a difference, right? When you're a woman, you're dealing with a man, right? And he cheats on you. And you know that, right? So you find out yourself, and the only other people that know about the fact that he cheated on you are the people you choose to talk about it to, which will be your friends, maybe a couple family members, because you vent to them. Okay, I feel like it's a lot easier to heal from that cheating, right? when it's not public. This is too public. So if I was Nisha, I would have to give a damn about it, because she's nonstop talking about the fact that she was able to sleep with my husband. I don't know how she's able to deal with it. I don't know how. It's just too embarrassing. It'd be one thing if she knew about it and she told her mom and her sisters or her friends, right? But it's everywhere. Shit, if she got if she had well, I don't think Nisha works, but co-workers, neighbors, anybody could come across this shit. It's embarrassing. I wouldn't be able to deal with that. Gerard would have to come up here and do something, say something. She would have to be held accountable in some type of way. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Rose Trulio said, we all know, hit the like, comment in, because this is real talk. KW said, maybe it did happen and they over it. I mean, it hasn't been enough time to really get over it. She's still talking about it. This is a constant reminder. That TikTok shit, it goes viral. Anytime you could just scroll down and come across somebody else's stuff. That would just be it's a constant reminder that this happened. That's all I'm saying. Take the kids, then told the people at their school that their mother does YouTube. Now, if they come across this shit, now they know that the father, all right, is cheating on Nisha. It's like I said, it's just embarrassing. It's too much. Way too much. KW said Nisha has never liked being online, and that's okay. That's okay. But unfortunately for her, she chose a man who has a baby mama who is very present online. And I would hope that Nisha has a therapist, because this is a lot to take for anyone. It just would be too much for me. That's all I'm saying. I wouldn't be able to deal with it. Now, if a regular nigga cheat, okay, and the only people that know is the people that I tell them, okay. But this is different. This is way different. So you can heal from that. But this, no, you can't really heal from it, because it's out there for the world to see. It's a constant reminder. The bitch won't stop talking about it. It's public. It's nonstop. I don't know how she's doing it. Let me see. Some people don't care about online nonsense, especially if you live in real life and busy. Okay. Baji said, y'all, please look at those pics. Photoshop for real. There are no indentations anywhere. Oh, so Baji, are you saying that you don't believe that the photos are photoshopped? I don't believe that I don't really believe that either. To be honest, I really don't give a damn to even look into it to see if they're photoshopped or not. I know a lot of people were telling me, to look into the glasses. Actually, I have the photo right here because I never deleted it from the last live. So we can look into it. A lot of people were saying to look into the glasses. To see if you see the reflection of the phone and all that. I mean, I don't know. What is this? I mean, y'all can't even see my mouse. But the bottom line is, you guys, I don't know whether or not the pictures were photoshopped or not. I don't believe that they were. I actually do believe that this affair happened. That's just my opinion. And I would think that after, it's one thing for her to talk about it on YouTube, because that's where she makes her money. But, she's going on every social media platform there is. So they're bound to come across this. I would think that eventually they would come out here and address it, just like they have done in the past. This is a serious thing. This is not no bullshit, This is not no regular drama. This is serious. So if it didn't really happen, I would think that Gerard would come on here and at least defend himself so that his wife doesn't look like a fool. That's all I'm saying. But it obviously did. Baji saying, I believe they are photoshopped. Okay. The Journey said, the whole wide world knowing. Yeah, it's too much for me. Rose Trulio said, Liv only cares about herself. Kids come last. I agree. Debbie said, he was at work doing a singing and dancing video when he had those glasses on. Okay. Baji says she's superimposed those pictures. Okay. So you guys, I don't know nothing about all that, the Photoshopping. I've never Photoshopped a picture in my life. I don't know. Maybe she did. I don't know if she Photoshopped the text. I mean, some people are saying that they believe that they're fake, but the dates are included. There's also, where is it? One of the, Which one? One of these screenshots she uploaded had the date. Oh, it was this picture right here. It was this picture. I talked about this in my last live. This picture where it says the location, which is Arlington, and the date. What does it say? March something. It's too small for me to see on my computer, but yeah, I thought that meant like, it's not photoshopped. I don't know. But, there's some reactors out here who did some investigating. They all believe that it's photoshopped. I don't give a damn. I believe that they had an affair. I believe that Olivia needs to let it go. I believe she needs to stop talking about this man, his wife, the whole entire situation. I believe that if she truly wants to get her children back, that she needs to fight the right way. Stop trying to fight on your back with your legs open, because you're never going to win that way. Okay, you have to get a lawyer and go to court like he did when he won. Okay, that's what you have to do. But I don't really think that Olivia wants the kids back, so I don't think that that's ever going to happen. I don't think she's going to pay for a lawyer or do any of those things, you guys. So if she's not going to do any of that, I believe she just needs to shut the fuck up, because this is played out. Baji says, I promise you they are fake. Okay. Banana Muffin says, Liv hasn't been live in almost a week. Y'all think she's back in Texas? She just might be, y'all. She might be. Rose Trulio said, Gerard's glasses, same reflection from his job. Okay. Hey, Banana Muffin. I think they did have an affair, and Nisha is not staying with him right now. Really? I don't know. I mean, if she was at the party and she, was along for the ride for all of that, they just went to somebody's birthday party, somebody's all-white party, and she was also there, I believe, when Ryan had her whole birthday celebration. I don't know. I don't know how she would not be staying with them. What's the purpose of being around? Period. S.C. Johnson says people know that Gerard and his crazy ex-wife know that he has the kids for this reason. His ex is crazy, so I don't think they pay mind to it like people do on YouTube. Okay. Baji said, and that pic, she is not pressed into his chest. That is a gem. That is Jim Bay. Okay. Rose Trulio said, Liv has no fo, just no. I don't know what no fo means. No info, no proof, just lame ass pics. Liv knows to record it all. Right. As Sky says, graphic designer here, you can def Photoshop it. Okay. Banana Muffin said they didn't seem to be together for the 4th. Well, I don't know what's going on over there. Listen, the way it appears, based off of other things that I've heard from other reactors as well, if he's not cheating with Liv, he's cheating with somebody else. Okay? He's out there having it his way. So maybe they do have some other stuff going on. I don't know. All I know is I would not be able to be around a man I could understand her trying to hold on to her marriage. I get it. Because there's plenty of women out there who get cheated on and they try to work it out. Nobody wants to just let their marriage go. So I understand trying. Okay. But him cheating with Olivia is a hurt piece. Okay. It's a hurt piece and a half, because Olivia put his ass through a lot and Nisha was there for him during that time. So that's the thing that really makes it worse, in my opinion. Teresa says, I believe something happened with Gerard and Liv. Do I believe everything she says? No, but she's not lying about everything. Right. I understand, you guys, that Olivia is a liar. I'm not saying that I believe everything she's saying. I completely agree with Teresa. But something happened, okay? They did something. Maybe they wasn't effing for 5 months straight like she's saying, but something occurred, okay, for her to be acting like this. Something. Tracy Sykes says, wonder why Jimbei never came to defend himself. Who is Jimbei? Y'all, I'll be so lost. There's too much going on. I heard y'all mention Jimbei before, but I don't know what's going on with that. S. Sky says, was there ever a Jimbei or just Gerard? Banana Muffin says, I wouldn't be able to deal with Liv because she's not giving up. Yeah, she is holding on. She is holding the fuck on. She's never letting up. She's never letting go of that man. She's never letting go. And that's the unfortunate part for Nisha. And the unfortunate part is knowing. Okay. that if he wants to, this is for Nisha. This is the fucked up part about it. If Gerard wanted to double back, he could. So Nisha always, she will forever know that if Gerard ever did desire to get back on top of that lady, she would be readily available and happy to do so, no matter what happened, no matter what they went through. That alone would create insecurity. Because then you just gotta hope that your nigga don't want her. But I don't know. That's just too much. Olivia's never letting up. She's forever going to be waiting for Gerard. I'm convinced. Period. Tracy Sykes says, Baji says, MGTV Reaction has great commentary. Thank you so much, Baji. Tracy Sykes says, it's crazy how his wife don't seem to be mad at all. I don't know. She don't got to show that she's mad on the internet because that's obviously what Olivia wants to see. And to be honest, I wouldn't want to get on here and give her the satisfaction of being able to see that my fucking feathers are ruffled either. I wouldn't want to do that, especially not on the internet. Okay? I wouldn't want to do that. So I think that it's a good thing that that Anisha doesn't come on to the internet emotional, okay, or talking too much about how she feels, because that's really what Olivia wants. Olivia wants to know that she is causing that woman pain. Let me see. KW said, if he did, he truly betrayed Nisha. He definitely did. Baji said, I believe nothing she says. A liar is a liar. Okay. Banana Muffin says, Liv is worse than a roach. She's pathetic. S. Sky says, I do think he cheated, but he played her for all he been through. Right. Listen, Gerard had it his way. Imagine that. You done took her kids. First of all, you cheated on her the whole relationship, okay? Period. You came back, you got your kids, then you had a woman to raise the kids. He know that crushed Liv's soul, okay? The woman is at all the games. She's a very supportive woman. She's heavily involved with the kids and everything they got going on. That kills Liv's spirit to see that. Gerard knows that, okay? He put her on child support. She's on child support. She's backed up. She got fucking, warrants and probation and all that because of the child support. She got all that going on behind Gerard. And he still was able to come over there and have her get on her knees and give him time. I know he felt like he was on top of the world. I'm sorry. I know he felt like he was on top of the world. And after all that, he went back home and laid down in the bed with his wife. Okay? And then he slept with his wife. Raw. Brought it back to Liv and had her clean it up for him. Imagine that. He's on top of the world. Okay? He had his way. And now she's heartbroken and she's mad and she won't stop talking about it. It's insane to me. Insane. Banana Muffin says, Love You says they cooking up something, they too quiet. I hope they are, because this is just ridiculous. They would never, I just can't see how they would ever be able to successfully heal their marriage and move forward if this is not stopped and addressed fully. Okay, that's just my opinion. Banana Muffin says, maybe this will all stop if Gerard comes clean, so that Liv can't hold Ish above his head no more. Right. Belinda B says, hey, MGTV in chat. Hey, Belinda B. KW said Gerard is a dusty player. The kids needed a mother, though. I agree with you. But then a Muffin says, I wonder if Liv never showed his face because she's thinking that protects her legally or something, because it doesn't make sense. That could be a factor. That definitely could be a factor. Who knows? Tracy Sykes says, I know, but definitely wouldn't be out partying with them. Yeah, I wouldn't be doing that either. That's too much. I hope that they go to some sort of marriage couple therapy or whatever. They got to do something, because this is just too much to deal with. Hey, Queen Letta. Banana Muffin says, and Liv tried to say she got tested. We all know that's a filthy lie. Yeah, I don't believe it. When the fuck does Liv go to the doctors? What? When? Liv just strikes me as the type of bitch that doesn't go to the doctors. She probably last time she got tested is probably when she was pregnant. I highly doubt it. Baji says, MGTV, please explain the crown number 2 after M6 name. Do I need to join? Please explain the crown number 2 after member 6 name. Do I need to join membership? I don't know what you mean. So you guys, I just want to be completely transparent when it comes to my memberships. If you're thinking about becoming a member, I actually have not, I'm not fully educated on how to, I'm still trying to figure out how to make my membership exclusive to the people, So if you want to become a member, you can definitely do that. That's where you get to see a little bit more about who I am. I got selfies and shit of me on there. If you want to see that, I don't know. But I really don't. It's no tea on there or nothing like that. So I don't want to mislead the people and make you think that you're going to get something that you're actually not going to get. I'm still figuring out the whole membership thing as well. So I do want to be transparent about that. But if you do become a member, it is greatly appreciated. You said after my name, do I need to join? Crown number 2 after 6 name. So I need to join membership. I'm not sure what you mean. Do you need to join after your name? You gotta, damn. If you want to join Baji, it is greatly appreciated. I appreciate all of my members. Okay, I got a couple in there. It's all greatly appreciated. Any way that you support my channel is greatly appreciated. Okay, if you would like to do so, please do so. Okay, but I just want to be transparent that it's no tea on there. I'm not going to tell you that I got some shit on there for you, and I actually don't. But if you want to support me, please do so. It is greatly appreciated. Okay. Let me see. S Guy says, why has Liv not been live? Who knows? Okay. She obviously has something going on. It's a reason for it. We just don't know yet, but it'll come out sooner or later. SC Johnson says, when Olivia gets backed into a corner, this is what she does to make it look like she's the victim. Right. I agree with you. She always turns it around some type of way and she's the victim. When we all know that, listen, I just feel like she got to pick a side. Either you're the victim or you're the villain. You can't be the villain, one day and then 2 days later, you're the victim again. And then you're the villain again. All right. And then you're the victim. You got to pick a side. But we already know that in the beginning of the situation, Olivia was definitely the villain. Okay. She wasn't able to put her feelings aside. This is how all the bullshit started. She didn't even try to work out a co-parenting situation with Gerard outside of the courts. She didn't try to do that because she had the upper hand. And she was so sure that the courts would never take her kids from her because she's the mother. All right. And she was sadly mistaken. So she didn't try to work it out then. She did not let him be a part of the kids' lives. And now Gerard has the upper hand. And I don't believe that he's stopping Olivia from being a part of their lives. I think she's choosing not to be a part of their lives. That's what I think that it is. Okay. That's all it is to it. KW says, Liv is heartbroken. She needed a break in order to think of her next move towards stalking Gerard. That could be the case. Baji said, there is no crown number 2. There's no crown with number 2 after my name in purple. Just wondering. Okay, so maybe you're asking, I don't have different tiers with mine. It's just one tier with the membership, and it's $2.99. Okay, that's it. It's not different tiers for me. And I don't have my own personal emoji yet for you guys that joined the MGTV crew. So there's no crown with number 2 after my name in purple. Just wondering. Yeah, it should be a start after your name. Maybe it's just going to take some time for that to pop up if you did join. KW says she's never ever been the victim. I agree with you. Baji says she didn't want the kids. No, she didn't. Rose said this crown stuff, all reactors, if you reply on a live a lot, you get a crown. New YouTube thing. Oh, okay. Y'all, I'm lost. I don't know what the fuck going on. I'm sorry, Baji, I'm not able to help you with your question, but I really don't know anything about a crown or anything. I'm sorry. I apologize. I got to get it together. Okay. Life been life, and I have not even been on YouTube for like a whole week, but I promise you guys I'm going to be more consistent. I see Sky is getting a job. Okay. She's out here going on job interviews, looking a hot ass mess, no edges. Uh, Fucking new growth growing out black with the rest of the hair red. We're going to get into that. Okay. I see Jasmine is over there talking about how she is scared for her children because they're away at camp and there's flooding going on. I think it's disgusting for her to try to capitalize off of a situation like this where people are actually dying. Bitch, if you are afraid for your children's lives, go pick them up. Okay? So we're going to talk about that. Then I got to get into Wine Glass. She's been boring me lately, but you guys, we're going to get into it. I gotta get myself together. I'm going to make the time to put the content out there for you guys because I really do enjoy coming on here talking to everybody. Okay. Yes, KW, I agree with you. Jasmine is boring. So I have not been able to get into these ladies. And I really didn't want my YouTube channel to be solely based on Liv, but she has like the most entertaining shit going on right now to me, to be honest. So that's why we've been talking about it. Everybody else is just, it's pretty much boring. I see Jazz also posted some old videos with Chris. She's a hot ass mess. So I'm going to go ahead and do some videos on that. I might pop on here and talk about the Resilient Jenkins too. So just be on the lookout for that. I promise you guys for sure this week, I'm going to put out some more videos for y'all. Okay. But I'm so glad I was able to get on here and have a conversation with you all tonight about the bullshit that Olivia posted. Okay. So this is pretty much going to conclude my reaction to that. Okay. I want to say thank you to all of you who sat through this live with me. All of your support is greatly appreciated. Okay. Let me see. But I'm going to go ahead and get ready for bed because I got to get up at 5 a.m. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and say good night to you all. And until next time. All right. I will see you all later. All right. I hope all of you have a wonderful night. Bye-bye.